held up in RDBMS for a long time. We have to complete. I think we have started RDBMS around February, March, April, 2 months, 2 full months have gone without ourselves being able to complete. We have to finish it first. First, RDBMS, we have seen that RDBMS is defined by the rules proposed by Edgar Card. Edgar Card has given 13 rules, numbered from 0 to 12. Okay, and we have seen that there is a design scheme called schema for each table. And we have also seen that there are data types for each column. And then now we come to the other important aspect. Edgar Card has said there will be one single language without any other language for accessing data, for manipulation of data. It was called SQL, data sublanguage. The technical name was data sublanguage, whereas the common name is structured query language, SQL. SQL is the common name for the data sublanguage. Okay, then we divide the data sublanguage into several subcategories. What are they? First one is data definition language or DDL. When we create a database, when we create a table, when we alter a table, alter a table, alter a database, alter something, anything else, we work with DDL. Even without knowing it, we work with DDL. Typical DDL is create database, create table, context, something. Whatever creates or alters is normally said to belong to DDL category, data definition language. What is the full form for DDL? Data definition language. Once more, data definition language. Once more, data definition language. Okay, it is used for creating tables and databases. Then you can categorize even the drop statement as a DDL, data definition language. Create, alter, and drop. They belong to the DDL category. Then DML. DML stands for data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. After creating a table, what do? Insert data, insert something into insert comma. Don't you remember? Insert. Have created a table called create table contacts. ID. Don't you remember all those things? You have worked with SQL. Can't you remember this? Command prompt Windows or CMD slash my slash sam slash same slash MySQL. All those commands. In those commands, you worked with insert query, insert into table. Then within bracket, whatever values you wish to insert into the table. Semicolon at the end, you have to close the bracket and put a semicolon. When you put the semicolon, the query is set to end and it runs. Okay, it produces either an error, there may be an error, there will be an error message, or query okay, 0 rows affected or 1 rows affected. That will be the result for normally successful query. Then, what is DML? Data manipulation means working with or altering or what can you call it? Manipulation means you change the available data. Manipulation means changing. Normally, manipulation is changing with some malicious intention. Whereas here, manipulation means you change the data available in a table by inserting few rows or deleting some data from the table or updating. Okay, therefore, DML. What is the full form for DML? Data manipulation language. Once more, data manipulation language. DML will help us to insert data or delete data or update existing values. Update. Okay, these three are normally categorized under data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. Then DDL, DML, there are two other languages. DQL, data query language. Whatever starts with select, is a data query language. What is query? Query means a question. Query means a question. Query is the other name for question. Informal questioning is called query. That is verbal question is called query. Question may be a written question or a verbal question, whereas a query is normally verbal. You send out some query, you get some reply from somebody else. Okay. Similar to that, DQL sends the query to the database engine and send, gives us the result in the form of some table or some data. Okay, select whatever query starts with select is said to belong to the category of DQL. Can you repeat? DQL stands for data query language. Once more, data query language. Once more, data query language. Okay, DQL. Whatever starts with select is said to belong to DQL, data query language. It will not alter the data, it will not delete any row, it will not insert any row, it will not update any row, whereas it will give us the result. Whatever query we send will produce some result without affecting the existing data. That is DQL. DCL, data control language. There are only 4 types of languages. Okay, DDL, DML, DQL, DCL. DCL is meant for adding users, dropping users, or granting privileges to users. Okay, add, that is create user, drop user, or grant privileges, revoke privileges. All these are categorized under DCL, data control language. Okay, grant privileges, revoke privileges, create user, then drop user. Okay, similar to tables, users can be created or dropped, and they can be granted privileges. They can be granted privileges for inserting, updating, or all privileges, whatever privileges you specify, will be granted to the particular user. Okay, then okay, DCL stands for data control language. Once more, data control language. Once more, data control language. Therefore, you have 4 types of queries under SQL. What are they? DDL, DML, DQL, DCL. Once more, DDL, DML, DQL, DCL. Once more, DDL, DML, DQL, DCL. Once more, DDL, DML, DQL, DCL. Okay. These are the 4 types of queries. DDL stands for data definition language. DML stands for data manipulation language. DQL stands for data query language, and DCL stands for data control language. These are the 4 types of SQL. SQL we normally use. With this, we come to the end of this DDL, DML, DQL, DCL category. Okay, types of SQL statements. There are 4 types of SQL statements. Okay, you have to remember all the 4 categories. Then primary key, foreign key, index, transaction, ACID property of transaction, constraint, joining tables, join statements, subqueries, aggregate function, minus. Okay. Up to this, we have only theory. Okay. Shall we go ahead or shy away? Shy away means shy away. What is the meaning for shying away? It means be. What is it? Shying away means inferiority complex, thinking that we can't do something. We defeat ourselves. Shying away. Okay. Shall we shy away or shall we continue with bravery? Shying away or continuing? Shy away. Whereas a brave person never shies away from the warfare, fights. Brave person never comes back. simplifies. Whereas Prince is for shying away. Okay, ma. Okay, we will simply go up to these enforcing primary key. We already said that third normalization condition says that each table must have one primary key. Primary key is very essential for each table. Third normalization rule states that there will be a primary key. Okay, how to create a primary key? Primary key is a unique number. It should be a unique number. It should not be repeated. It can be assigned auto increment property. Auto increment. The number may increase on its own. It's like our Aadhaar number. It's like our Aadhaar number wherein the number is unique for a person. Anybody having one Aadhaar number will not have another Aadhaar number. That is one thing. And any Aadhaar number would not be offered to two persons. One Aadhaar number represents one individual alone. There cannot be any duplication. This is primary key. Aadhaar number is a typical example of primary key. Okay. Then primary key, foreign key. What is a foreign key? You create using Aadhaar. I am getting one mobile number 9047006017. I send my Aadhaar number to Airtel office. They use the Aadhaar number, whereas their Aadhaar storage is not their primary key. They will have another number as their primary key. It is the SIM card registration number. SIM card registration number. That is the primary key they have. Whereas they will use Aadhaar as a foreign key because Aadhaar is the primary key in the other database maintained by the Government of India. Government of India maintains Aadhaar as the primary key, whereas the database is different. Whereas in the table of Airtel office, Aadhaar would not be the primary key. The same number would be used as a foreign key because it is the primary key in some other database, some other table. Because the same person may opt for another Airtel number with the same Aadhaar. Okay, when if you say the Aadhaar should not be repeated, Aadhaar should be a primary key, the person cannot get another working mobile number, whereas the person may opt to get another mobile number for the same Aadhaar. Therefore, foreign key is an option in which you can repeat the values. There is no need that the key should be unique. There is no need, there is no condition that the key should be unique or should not be repeated. Okay, you can repeat it any number of times. Okay, when the primary key of some other database or table is used as the key in another table, the key is called foreign key. Primary key of one table used in another table represents a foreign key. Okay, you are what? You are the primary person in your home. Maybe say at your home, you get all the privileges. Whereas you go to somebody else's home, you become what? A guest, a foreigner in their home. Okay, whereas in your own home, you are the primary person. Similar to that, primary key represents the primary key for one particular table, the most important column for one particular table. Whereas when used in another table, the name becomes foreign key because it's the guest in the other table. It's only the guest. It's not the owner of the other table. It's the guest in the other table. Okay. Foreign key is a guest. Whereas primary key is the owner of the table. Primary key is the owner. Okay. Owner is called the primary key. Guest is called the foreign key. With this, okay. We will not go beyond this index. Whereas we need to go fast. We have to complete theory, whether you understand it or not. We need to complete the theory portions. You have to endure this.